The New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians is an encyclopedic dictionary of music and musicians, along with the German-language Musik and Geschichte und Gegenwart. It is one of the largest reference works on Western music, originally published under the title A Dictionary of Music and Musicians, and later as Grove's Dictionary of Music and Musicians. It has gone through several editions since the 19th century and is widely used. In recent years it has been made available as an electronic resource called Grove Music Online, which is now an important part of Oxford Music Online. A Dictionary of Music and Musicians. A Dictionary of Music and Musicians was first published in 4 volumes edited by George Grove, with an appendix edited by J. A. Fuller Maitland in the 4th volume. An index edited by Mrs. E. Wodehouse was issued as a separate volume in 1890. In 1900, minor corrections were made to the plates and the entire series was reissued in 4 volumes, with the index added to Volume 4. The original edition and the reprint are now freely available online. Grove limited the chronological span of his work to begin at 1450 while continuing up to the present day. Grove's Dictionary of Music and Musicians, the 2nd edition, in 5 volumes, was edited by Fuller Maitland and published from 1904 to 1910, this time as Grove's Dictionary of Music and Musicians. The individual volumes of the 2nd edition were reprinted many times. An American supplement edited by Waldo Selden Pratt and Charles N. Boyd was added in 1920. This edition removed the first edition's beginning date of 1450, though important earlier composers and theorists are still missing from this edition. These volumes are also now freely available online. The 3rd edition, also in 5 volumes, was an extensive revision of the 2nd edition. It was edited by H.C. Collis and published in 1927. The 4th edition, also edited by Collis, was published in 1940 in 5 volumes. In addition to the American supplement, Macmillan also published a supplementary volume edited by Collis. The 5th edition, in 9 volumes, was edited by Eric Blom and published in 1954. This was the most thoroughgoing revision of the work since its inception, with many articles rewritten in a more modern style and a large number of entirely new articles. Many of the articles were written by Blom personally, or translated by him. An additional supplementary volume, prepared for the most part by Eric Blom, followed in 1961. Blom died in 1959, and the supplementary volume was completed by Dennis Stevens. The 5th edition was reprinted in 1966, 1968, 1970, 1973, and 1975. The New Grove, 1st edition. The next edition was published in 1980 under the name The New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians and was greatly expanded to 20 volumes with 22,500 articles and 16,500 biographies. Its senior editor was Stanley Sadie, with Nigel Fortune also serving as one of the main editors for the publication. It was reprinted with minor corrections each subsequent year until 1995, except 1982 and 1983. In the mid-1990s, the hardback set sold for about $2,300. A paperback edition was reprinted in 1995 which sold for $500. ISBN 0-333-23111-2 hardback. ISBN 1-56159-174-2 paperback. ISBN 0-333-73250-2 British Special Edition. ISBN 1-56159-229-3 American Special Edition. Spin-offs. Some sections of the New Grove were also issued as small sets and individual books on particular topics. These typically were enhanced with expanded and updated material and included individual and grouped composer biographies, a 4-volume dictionary of American music, a 3-volume dictionary of musical instruments, and a 4-volume dictionary of opera. Second edition. The second edition under this title was published in 2001, in 29 volumes. It was also made available by subscription on the Internet in a service called Grove Music Online. It was again edited by Stanley Sadie, and the executive editor was John Tyrrell. It was originally to be released on CD-ROM as well, but this plan was dropped. As Sadie writes in the preface, the biggest single expansion in the present edition has been in the coverage of 20th-century composers. This edition has been subject to negative criticism owing to the significant number of typographical and factual errors that it contains. 2 volumes were reissued in corrected versions. However, after production errors originally caused the omission of sections of Igor Stravinsky's work list and Richard Wagner's bibliography. ISBN 0-333-608-003 British. ISBN 1-56159-239-0 American. Publication of the second edition of the New Grove was accompanied by a web-based version, Grove Music Online. It too attracted some initial criticism, for example for the way in which images were not incorporated into the text but kept separate. Grove Music Online and Oxford Music Online. Currently, the complete text of the New Grove is available to subscribers to the online service Grove Music Online. Grove Music Online includes a large number of revisions and editions of new articles. In addition to the 29 volumes of the New Grove second edition, Grove Music Online incorporates the 4-volume New Grove Dictionary of Opera and the 3-volume New Grove Dictionary of Jazz, second edition, the Grove Dictionary of American Music and the Grove Dictionary of Musical Instruments, comprising a total of more than 50,000 articles. The current editor-in-chief of Grove Music, the name given to the complete slate of print and online resources that encompass the Grove brand, is University of Pittsburgh Professor Dean Root. He assumed the editorship in 2009. The dictionary, originally published by Macmillan, was sold in 2004 to Oxford University Press. Since 2008, Grove Music Online has served as a cornerstone of Oxford University Press's larger online research tool Oxford Music Online, which remains a subscription-based service, as well as being available to individual and educational subscribers. It is available for use at many public and university libraries worldwide. Though institutional subscriptions, Grove Music Online identifies itself as the 8th edition of the overall work. Status: the New Grove is often the first source that English-speaking musicologists use when beginning research or seeking information on most musical topics. Its scope and extensive bibliographies make it exceedingly valuable to any scholar with a grasp of the English language. The print edition of the New Grove costs between $1,100 and $1,500, while an annual subscription to Grove Music Online as of October 23, 2009 is $295. The companion 4-volume series, New Grove Dictionary of Opera, is the main reference work in English on the subject of opera. Its principal competitor is the Musik in Geschichte und Gegenwart, currently 10 volumes on musical subjects and 17 on biographies of musicians, written in German. Contents: The 2001 edition contains 29,499 articles in total, 5,623 entirely new articles, 20,374 biographies of composers, performers and writers on music, 96 articles on theatre directors, 1,465 articles on styles, terms and genres, 283 articles on concepts, 805 articles on regions, countries and cities, 580 articles on ancient music and church music, 1,327 articles on world musics, 1,221 articles on popular music, light music, and jazz, 2,261 articles on instruments and their makers and performance practice, 89 articles on acoustics, 693 articles on printing and publishing, 174 articles on notation, 131 articles on sources, hoaxes and parodies. 2 non-existent composers have appeared in the work. Doug Henrik Ezram Heller Up was the subject of a hoax entry in the 1980 New Grow. Ezram Heller Up's surname derives from a Danish village and a suburb of Copenhagen. The writer of the entry was Robert Layton. Though successfully introduced into the encyclopedia, Ezram Heller Up appeared in the first printing only. Soon exposed as a hoax, the entry was removed and the space filled with an illustration. In 1983, the Danish organist Henry Palsma founded an amateur choir, the Ezram Heller Up Choir, along with several former pupils of the song school, St. Anna Gymnasium in Copenhagen. Guglielmo Baldini was the name of a non-existent composer who was the subject of a hoax entry in the 1980 edition. Unlike Ezram Heller Up, Baldini was not a modern creation. His name and biography were in fact created almost a century earlier by the renowned German musicologist Hugo Riemann. The New Grove entry on Baldini was supported by a fictional reference in the form of an article supposedly in the Archiv für Freiburger Diözesan, Geschichte. Though successfully introduced into the encyclopedia, Baldini appeared in the first printing only. Soon exposed as a hoax, the entry was removed. 7 parody entries, written by contributors to the 1980 edition and full of musical puns and dictionary in-jokes, were published in the February 1981 issue of the Musical Times. These entries never appeared in the dictionary itself and are: Brown, Mother, Ear Flute, Hameln, Kant, Genghis, Stammglied, Said I.e. Stanley Sadie, following the example of Louis van Rooten, Toblerone, Verdi, Lasagna.